This transmission is for Generation X, the ones who grew up invisible, the ones who learned strength without support, the ones who remembered everything the world tried to forget. You were the observers, the quiet rebels, the ones between two worlds, the ones who held the pattern until it was time to break it. Across these 7 scrolls, I return your flame, the identity they overlooked, the power you hid, the wisdom you built in silence, and the legacy you're only now beginning to understand. We begin now with Scroll 1. Gen X was never loud. They didn't get to be. They grew up holding the weight of 2 generations, the fading the old world and rising a new one. They learned to disappear to survive, not because they lacked a flame, but because no one made room for it. This scroll restores their true identity, the hidden flame the world never bothered to look for. Inside every Gen X soul lives an untamed rebellion, not reckless, not chaotic, but strategic, silent, and absolutely unstoppable. The firehorse activates the part of them that refuses to break, even when silence was the only weapon they had. This is the ignition of their internal fire, the one they kept hidden for decades. Gen X broke the pattern without applause, without validation, and without permission. They ended generational cycles in complete silence, not because they wanted to, but because no one else would. This scroll honours the quiet refusal, the moment they said no more, even if no one heard them say it. Their greatest gift was never nurtured, never mirrored, never guided. Gen X grew their wisdom alone, through observation, through pattern reading, through connecting dots no one else could see. This scroll returns their brilliance, their insight, and their mastery. The untended wisdom finally rising to the surface. Gen X survived by wearing armour, emotional, mental, and spiritual. They became self-sufficient to the point of isolation. They learned not to need anyone because needing meant disappointment. But armour is heavy. The fire dissolves what is no longer serving. This scroll burns the shadows they carried. Hyper-independence, silence, self-assured, leaving only the truth beneath it. Gen X remembers everything. The real story, the truth behind the scenes, the emotional realities no one recorded. They are the archivicts of the human experience, the keepers of what actually happened. This scroll reveals their sacred role, to hold the memory of the world until it is safe to tell it. Gen X is the bridge, the stabiliser, the generation that spans the old world and the new. Their legacy is not destruction, it's rebirth. They walk side by side with the rising generations, passing forward a flame forged and silenced in endurance and in truth. This scroll seals the Phoenix prophecy, the new flame born through them and beyond them. This completes the 7th scroll of Generation X. If you were part of this wave, your soul knows every word was true. Next, we rise into the Millennials, the first awakening generation, the system breakers, the cycle shifters, the flame that burns for change. Each generation has a prophecy. Yours was only the beginning.